I also wanted to talk about someone else that's getting that bag. Mr. Patrick Isaac. Patrick Isaac is becoming a known name in the city of Montreal. He's known as a pastor.
For the wrong reason.
And today, in the news, it seems like he's known as something else. As a finesser. Pastor Isaac is known as a finesser. Apparently, he's been ruining people in the small little neighborhood of St. Leonard. And a lot of people claim to have been ruined by him. A lot of people that I would classify as dumb people. Idiots. That's just my opinion. Idiots.
Or very naive, whatever you put it.
Yeah, man. I don't want to. Like, when I think about it, it's not even a question of stupid. I think they targeted a lot of people that were lacking something in their lives.
Nah, I seen a young woman discussed there. You're dumb. If you're 30 years old, you're giving a man that's not giving you the business money.
Hey, he was promising.
Well, actually,
people
he was giving her the business. That's why she gave all the money.
Apparently, he was promising women to get married in the space of 6 months.
Wow.
And you know that shit gonna sell with women. Women fiending for that ring.
That's the thing. He was, like I was saying, he was feeding off of people's insecurities and needs and lack of things in their lives in order to make them give them money. I bet you the
first meeting is like, what are you looking for? Exactly. What are you lacking in your life?
Exactly.
You know? What are you striving for? Money, a husband, whatever it is. Oh, you're gonna get it within. If you follow my lead, you're gonna get it within 6 months. Just give me 10%. Start it with 10%.
Sounds like infomercial to me.
Exactly.
It's
a racket. And apparently this was started years ago in his basement. Yeah. Like you were telling me. I didn't even know about that. And like I told you, these are things that happen every day. Like, churches start everywhere. It's not only
in the basement of RDP. I saw that shit, but only one time in like 1998 or 99.
It was probably him.
I saw a small church in the basement in RDP. Funny enough, I was like, this is different. I've never seen that shit in my life.
Yeah,
but man, and apparently he started from there and then.
Literally
moved on up like the Jeffersons, because dude now got a church that's like $2 million.
Has a porch, a Mercedes. He has like clothes with his like a button sleeve that with his name on.
Yeah, I see this shit right now.
He's like balling.
He got his own clothing line. His wife got her own clothing line. Like the whole family got their shit together.
And the problem with this is they're associated with a lot of celebrities or quote unquote characters in the city.
Hey, so Eddie King, you gonna have to come back and explain this shit, bro. I seen your name linked up to this.
But did you see his comment?
I know. They said that he crossed paths with the pastor.
Okay.
I don't know how close they crossed those paths.
One of the guys that works with the pastor used to be his agent or his manager.
Yes.
That's what happened. And he said after a few times going there, he was like, this is weird, I'm out of here.
Yeah, because at some point you got to be woke enough to realize that something is going on.
It's one. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to search for faith, but it's another thing to be scammed.
Yeah, and it feels like
it's also another thing, like to give a few $100. But when someone is saying that they lost $150,000 over years, you stupid. You dumb.
Like thousands of dollars.
No, thousands. You dumb, bro. Like. If you have you said, well, at least that's what she said. Like she was not even making $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
And over X amount of years, you gave $150.
Because think about this, right? Because think about this, right? How many?
And she was like 39.
How many women do we know, or men do we know that have been getting money from women for years? And men, I'm not only talking about pimping. I'm talking about any way possible. I know a lot of men.
Okay, but there's love involved. There's feelings. I don't know. There's something.
The church here. Yeah. The Lord.
No, you're not married to a church.
Yeah, but that's what. But again, it's the same way guys finesse money from women through love. It was through a certain type of love. There's something lacking in these people's lives that they go to church and are willing to give everything they have to find something that whatever it is that's missing in their lives.
Okay, but
you got to be smart enough. If you're not making any money and you know the pastor is not working, you're giving him all of your money.
No, that's where he has you. That's where you. That's the point.
Oh yeah,
that's his job.
Nah, but when I see you driving a Mercedes and a Porsche,
I completely don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I'm not in any way.
The bank closes.
Like he's not solely following Jesus' path because Jesus was not rich. Okay,
no,
that's why. Jesus was not.
And again, there's a difference between giving like hundreds of dollars, maybe even low thousands.
Yeah,
because we won't lie to ourselves. Like a lot of older parents of our friends are giving money to pastors that are doing similar things, not on the same scale.
You know what it is with churches? There's a difference between a church like his and organized churches, quote unquote.
Oh, this nigga trying to be like down south pastors that all them pastors.
What do you mean trying to be? That's exactly what he's doing. The problem is he's taking the money. He's not funneling. Well, he's funneling the money to himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's not funneling it through the organization or through the church. So instead of like building, well, he built his church. So instead of like helping the communities or living humbly and doing what he's supposed to do with that money, he's using it for himself.
Hey, it's a fraud. That's the definition of frauding. That's exactly what it is. You're only serving yourself.
And also tell us about the comedian and his manager that was linked to this pastor.
Yeah, well, I mean, for what we all heard that now Rachid Baudry, Stephen Razier resigned from being his agent.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what I guess it all made sense. What I listened to Mon en parle yesterday, as that girl, that 30-year-old girl, Eliane Gamache Latourelle, with her another racket, another fraud, and that's of that matter. Actually, she was holding religious, meetings and in her place, and she was requesting people to bring their own Bibles, and you would have that same guy, and his name was mentioned on the Tout le monde en parle show, and it's a nationwide TV show. So I guess probably with all the heat, that was coming from the same, on the same day, and now it went on the newspaper today. Well, probably that's what lead to Stephen Rashid's agent.
Rashid probably hit him up like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
So yes,
we had a good run.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But no. Rashid Badouri is a known comedian in the city of Montreal, a very famous comedian, and apparently his manager.
He went to Haiti. He went to do shows in Haiti.
In Europe,
in Europe and Haiti, everywhere around in Africa also.
Yeah, he's well known.
And his manager was linked to that pastor.
Yeah.
And apparently today they severed their ties because he said, bruh, I can't be linked to this stuff.
Nah.
Like you here and like encouraging this shit and behind this pastor.
And even today he stood by it because he got interviewed on Radio Canada and he actually was saying, no, like don't believe what they all say because this is a false representation, something like that. He was saying that the Mercedes, all the car that he had, it was not from people's money. Anyways,
who was it from then?
That's what I'm saying. It's a matter of he says, she says, but like, who is it? But, where does that come from?
From his 9 to 5?
Of course,
from his clothing line. That's what he's
Ah, man. Damn. It's crazy because again, like I said, a lot of pastors are doing the same thing on a smaller scale across the city, and sadly enough, across the damn world. But sadly enough, in the city of Montreal, a lot of them are Haitian. The ones that are doing that, and our parents and our friends' parents are praised, and they do give their money because Haitians are very, very God-fearing people,
believers,
and they pack those churches on a Sunday. Like there's a neighborhood in the east end of Montreal, Saint Michel. There's a street named Charland. There's maybe 7-8 churches just on that small street, like packed. That's Church City. Or it's crazy, and pastors are making a lot of money.
But I don't even think he's one of the few making that type of money though. He's making dumb bread. If you can build a $2 million building,
but he actually is not making dumb bread because he declared bankruptcy and apparently is strapped with debt.
Bankruptcy don't mean you don't have money.
True.
It means that you.
It could be under the mattress.
Huh?
It could be under the mattress.
They're obviously funneling it somewhere, like, because there's no way he's broken driving that car, building that building, and living the way he's living.
Well, that's credit, man. That's credit, and you can put that.
You still gotta pay credit though.
Well, the same way that girl Eliane Gamache, she was living off credit.
Yeah.
Like
what was up with her? I don't know the story behind her.
Okay, she's a pharmacist.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a real pharmacist. She's studying pharmacy. She has her own diploma. It's good. It's just that she went and knocked on a pharmacist's door and said, you know what, I want to buy it. 30 years old, I want to own 5 pharmacy, how can I get there? So she asked for advice, and so she was borrowing money, and and she was like being a owner of like a pharmacy. Then after that,
franchising.
Franchise, exactly. And then after that, she decided to start her own like coaching, mentoring school, and so that she could recruit some people.
I think she wanted to be a life coach. I think.
Exactly. It was called,
and that probably stems from all of his coaching.
Yeah, exactly. And then she was asking people, she apparently she was very charming, very seductive in the way to talk to people, and doing these like very superficial quote where like, you can do it, believe in yourself. And some people that, and yesterday and tomorrow Napal, they invited a couple who got,
finessed.
Yeah, they got finessed. Yeah. And how they say they were in their early 30s, and they were running their construction business for a year. And then they felt like they were stagnant, so like they want to ask for help, So they, asked for that girl, and they were really moved by her speech and her motivation. So, but at the same time, she was asking for money, because I think she was charging up to like $500 for a visit, for a simple visit.
Consulting, I guess.
Yeah, consulting. Yeah. Started with $350 for an hour of coaching, but then it reached for $500. But then she was still asking for money. So it all meant that, like, when you add up, like 1 person, 2 person, and she was always apparently like tossing away the husband or the boyfriend. It was only girls. She was targeting girls, and she was like, and the actual boyfriend of that girl was and say like, you know what, we almost broke up. our relationship went almost downfall because of her. Because when he was asking,
we clearly see that she was influenced by him, and
don't be surprised if by next week they come up with a whole scheme or plan that both these groups and probably many others were going through and working all together.
There might be another Me Too movement, but for like finesse, you know what I mean?
So like I said, man, Eddie King, you got to come back to the podcast and explain this shit. Your name was linked to this. We want to know.